Okay, so have you ever gotten a deal online that just felt a little too good to be true?
Oh, yeah. All the time.
Well, today we are going to dive into a controversy that might make you want to think twice before you grab that next online bargain.
Uh-oh. What is it?
It's all about Honey.
Honey? You mean that browser extension?
That's the one everyone uses it to find coupon codes, right?
Right.
Well, the thing is it's owned by PayPal.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh, that's interesting. I mean, PayPal's supposed to be all about, secure transactions.
Exactly. And now Honey is facing some pretty serious accusations of misleading practices.
Oh, wow. So this could actually affect, both shoppers and online influencers, right?
Absolutely. And we're not just talking about speculation here.
Okay.
We're actually looking at a recent article from the Economic Times.
Okay.
It's from December 28th, 2024.
All right.
And the title is Pretty Attention Grabbing.
What is it?
YouTuber Mr. Beast lands into major fiasco as Honey scam controversy rips off customers. Here's how you can stay safe.
Whoa. Okay, so it sounds like it's a lot more than just a few bad coupons.
Right. It seems like something else is going on.
Yeah.
So at the heart of it, the accusation is that Honey isn't just failing to find good deals.
Okay.
It's allegedly hijacking those affiliate links.
What? Affiliate link?
Yeah, the ones that a lot of content creators rely on to earn income.
Oh, I see.
And there's this YouTuber named Megalag.
Megalag.
Yeah, and he seems to be the one who's leading the charge on exposing this whole thing.
Okay, so is this a big deal?
Well, his video has over 9 million views.
9 million?
Yeah, so that kind of tells you this is hitting a nerve with people.
Definitely.
So for those who might not be familiar with affiliate marketing,
Yeah, how does that work?
basically it works like this. Let's say you have a blog where you review books
Okay.
and you really love this new release and you want to recommend it to your readers.
Okay.
You can join the publisher's affiliate program
Okay.
and then they give you a special link.
Okay.
You include that in your review.
Yeah.
And when someone clicks your link and buys the book, you get a small commission.
Oh, so it's a way for people who create content online to make money from their recommendations.
Exactly.
Okay.
And it's often how they make a living.
I see.
It's designed to be mutually beneficial. The company gets more sales.
Right.
And the creator is rewarded for driving those sales.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But if Honey is interfering with those links, that means creators are being cheated out of their earnings.
Oh, wow. That's not good.
And that's where the scam allegations come in.
Right, because it goes beyond just bad deals, right?
Yeah.
It's actually like cutting off income for these folks who depend on those affiliate links.
And this is where it gets really strange for me because we're talking about PayPal here.
Right.
This company that's synonymous with financial security.
Right.
So it makes you wonder what's really going on behind the scenes.
Yeah, what are they thinking?
And it's not like they just acquired Honey without doing any research. PayPal paid a whopping $4 billion for it back in 2020.
$4 billion.
Yes.
Wow.
So you would think they would done some serious due diligence,
Yeah, thoroughly investigated to make sure everything was legit.
Exactly, especially with that much money on the line.
For sure.
And to make things even weirder, you have someone like Mr. Beast.
Mr. Beast?
Yeah, one of the biggest YouTubers out there.
Oh, yeah, of course.
And he's promoted Honey in the past.
Wow. So that definitely adds another layer to this whole thing.
Right.
Yeah. Because was he aware of these practices? Or was he also a victim of misinformation?
Exactly. It makes you wonder.
Hmm.
But let's shift gears a bit and talk about the consumer side of this.
Okay. How does this affect the average person?
Well, the article mentions limited coupon options and misleading advertisements
Okay.
as ways Honey could be harming shoppers.
Interesting. Can you give some, concrete examples of what that might look like in practice?
Yeah, so let's say you're online, you're looking for a new pair of headphones. Honey pops up, and it's got a coupon code for you.
Right.
Could that code actually be for a fake discount?
That's possible. I mean, the discount might not be genuine.
Right.
Or it might be inflated to make it seem like a better deal than it actually is.
Okay, so what else?
Well, there's also the concern that Honey might be prioritizing certain retailers,
Okay.
even if they don't have the best price.
So they could be steering you towards a specific store because Honey is getting a kickback from that retailer.
Exactly. It's possible that they're being incentivized to push certain products or retailers, even if it's not in the consumer's best interest.
Oh, so it's like playing on that feeling we all have, when a deal seems too good to be true.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's easy to get caught up in that excitement of oh, a bargain,
Right.
and not really think critically about it.
But before we get too carried away here, We need to remember that the article uses the word allegedly quite a bit
Right.
when it talks about these practices.
So these are just accusations, right?
Yeah, they're not proven facts.
Okay, so it's important to remember that there's a legal process that needs to happen.
Absolutely. And that's a good reminder that due diligence is important.
Oh, yeah.
Not just in business acquisitions,
Right.
but also in how we consume information online.
Just because something is circulating online doesn't mean it's the whole truth.
Exactly.
It's essential to approach these situations with like a healthy dose of skepticism.
Yeah,
And do your own research before jumping to conclusions.
absolutely. So while we wait to see how this all plays out, what do we do if we have Honey installed?
Yeah, is it time to hit uninstall?
Should we all panic?
Well, I wouldn't say panic. It's not necessarily about uninstalling it completely.
Okay.
It's more about being aware and cautious,
Hmm.
you know. Don't just blindly accept every deal that Honey throws at you.
So we should be doing our own double checking to make sure the deals are legit.
Exactly. Compare prices, check other retailers,
Hmm.
look for coupons on your own.
Okay, so don't just let the convenience override our own judgment.
Right. And this is where I think it's helpful to understand a bit about how this all works on like a technical level.
Okay, go on.
So Honey, like a lot of browser extensions, relies on cookies and other tracking technology.
Cookies?
Yeah, those little bits of data that websites store on your computer.
Right, right. What do those have to do with this?
Well, they're how websites remember your preferences, your login info, even your shopping history.
Okay.
And that data can be pretty valuable to companies like Honey.
So are you saying Honey could be using our own data to manipulate the deals we see?
It's definitely a possibility.
Wow.
For example, they could use cookies to track which affiliate links you're clicking on,
Okay.
and then potentially swap them out with their own links so they earn a commission.
So they're basically hijacking the affiliate link.
Yeah, it's called cookie stuffing.
Cookie stuffing.
Yeah, it's pretty sneaky.
It really is, and it makes you wonder what other tricks are they using.
Well, there are other techniques like link cloaking.
Link cloaking, what's that?
So that's where a link appears to lead to one website.
Okay.
But when you click it, you're actually redirected to a different site.
Oh, so they could use that to disguise affiliate links or to send users to websites that are going to pay Honey a commission?
Exactly.
Wow. It's amazing how much goes on behind the scenes that we just have no idea about.
Right. It's a complicated world out there, and it's always changing.
It is. So what can we do to protect ourselves?
Well, that's why it's so important to stay informed and be aware of the potential risks.
So like being more critical of the deals we see online and doing our own research before we buy anything?
Exactly. And being thoughtful about which browser extensions we're installing.
Right. Making sure we understand what data they're collecting and how they're using it.
Right. And maybe even explore some alternative options that might be more transparent and ethical.
Like Megaleg's video.
Yeah, I think that's a good place to start for anyone who wants to really dig into this topic.
Right. But of course, we always want to be careful about taking any single source of information as the absolute truth.
Oh, for sure.
We should do our own research, compare different perspectives, and form our own conclusions.
Couldn't agree more. And remember, this whole thing with Honey, it's still unfolding.
Yeah.
There's a lot we still don't know. So it's important to stay informed and follow along as this story develops.
So it's not just about being cautious right now. It's about staying informed over time.
Exactly. This is just one example of the challenges we face in the digital age.
Right.
It's our responsibility as consumers to be aware, adaptable, and proactive about protecting our interest.
I think you've laid it out really clearly.
Well,
It's
yeah.
a lot to take in. But this Honey controversy has really shown us how important trust, transparency, and power dynamics are in the online world.
Absolutely. And these issues go way beyond just this one case.
Yeah.
We're seeing similar challenges across platforms and industries.
Makes you wonder what's the long-term solution here.
Yeah, I mean, is it regulation? Is it consumer awareness? Or do we need like a fundamental change in how these companies operate?
It's a really good question, and it probably involves a little bit of everything. We
Yeah.
definitely need better regulations to hold these companies accountable.
For sure.
And we need consumers who are informed and empowered to make good choices. This whole thing, it feels a bit like David and Goliath, doesn't it?
Yeah, kind of.
These huge tech companies with all their power
Right.
versus just the average person trying to figure out what's going on online.
Yeah, but remember, David did beat Goliath.
That's true.
We might not have slingshots and stones, but, we do have knowledge and awareness.
That's a good point. So thinking back to Honey, are there any specific things listeners can do right now to protect themselves online?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I think the first thing is to be really careful about the extensions you install in your browser.
Oh, okay.
Like before you add anything new, do some research.
Oh, okay.
Read the reviews, understand what permissions they're asking for,
Right.
and be wary of extensions that want access to sensitive stuff like your browsing history or your passwords.
Yeah, that makes sense. It's easy to just click accept without thinking, but those permissions are really important.
Exactly. And another thing you can do is to learn more about how online marketing works.
Okay.
Understanding affiliate links, recognizing red flags, and being skeptical of deals that seem too good to be true.
It's like anything else. Knowledge is power.
Exactly. The more you know, the better decisions you can make.
Right, and don't be afraid to question
Oh,
things.
yeah. If something seems off, trust your gut.
Right.
Do your own research, compare prices, look for other options.
So we can't just be passive. We have to be active in our online experiences.
Absolutely. We have to be informed and hold these companies accountable.
This deep dive has been really eye-opening.
It has been.
I think we've all learned a lot about how complex the online world is and how important it is to be careful.
I agree. And remember, this conversation isn't over.
It's not.
Stay curious, stay informed, and keep learning about these issues as things change.
Well said. All right. Well, on that note, we'll wrap up this deep dive. Thanks for joining us.
It's been a pleasure, and as always, stay safe out there.